I want to talk about something that might be a little bit controversial in the YouTuber creator world. How I use AI and why I switched from ChatGPT to Claude and why I'm not going back. Before anyone comes at me in the comments, I'm not here to tell you that ChatGPT is bad. It's not. In reality, it's actually brilliant. But there's a fundamental difference between the two of them that I don't think anyone talks about honestly enough. ChatGPT feels like having a really efficient assistant, where Claude feels like having a mate who actually will give you a hard time. And it turns out, for building YouTube, a mate, well, they're more useful. Hi, I'm Adam. I'm growing a YouTube channel from scratch in public, and I share everything I learn along the way, including, apparently, my AI tool preferences. So subscribe for my weekly videos. Now, let me tell you about why I made that switch. So first, how was I using ChatGPT? I was using it mainly for video scripts and content planning. I'd drop in a topic, give it some direction and ask it to write me a script. And it would. Immediately. Correctly. And pretty comprehensively. No pushback, no questions, no, are you sure that's what you want to talk about? Just, here's your script, here's your structure, here's your SEO description. Is there anything else I can help you with? And that sounds ideal, right? Except when something just does what you ask it to do without questioning it, you never find out if what you asked was actually the right thing in the first place. I'd asked for a script on a topic that I'd chosen. ChatGPT would write a brilliant script on that topic. No questions, no challenges, no, have you thought about this from a different angle? Just the answer to the question that I had asked. Now, that is great if you already know exactly what you need. But if you're a new YouTuber still trying to figure things out, you don't always know what the right question is. And a tool that only answers the question you've asked isn't going to tell you that. So I started using Claude, and almost immediately something felt different. I asked it to write me a script on a topic that I had chosen, and instead of just doing it, it came back with something like, before I write this, can I ask, is this topic something your audience is actually searching for? Because based on what you've told me about your channel, this angle might not be your strongest choice. And I sat there for a second thinking, hang on, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to just write the script. But here's the thing, it was actually right. The topic I'd chosen was what I wanted to talk about, but not what my audience was maybe actually looking for. This is just a classic new YouTuber mistake. And ChatGPT would have happily written me a brilliant script for a video that nobody was going to search for. Claude questioned me, and that felt genuinely different. The best way that I can describe the difference. ChatGPT is an incredibly capable assistant. You ask it something, it answers it brilliantly. It does what you've asked. Fast, thorough, never argues with you. Claude is more like a mate who happens to know a lot about YouTube and content strategy. You tell it what you want it to do, and it helps you do it. But it also occasionally says, yeah, but have you thought about this? Or even, I'm going to do that, but I just want to flag there might be a better approach here. And sometimes that is actually really annoying. Sometimes you just want the thing done, and I get that. But when you're building something from scratch, and you're still learning, having something that challenges your thinking is genuinely really valuable. Because you don't know what you don't know. And a tool that only confirms your existing ideas isn't going to help you figure out what you're missing. ChatGPT gives you the answers to the question you've asked. Claude will give you the answers to the question you should have asked. That's the difference. It's small, but it's really important. Right. And then I'm going to be honest, there's the other reason that I switched. And I'm going to be completely honest about this one, because it's not very flattering. Fundamentally, I'm really lazy. Not in a bad way, I just have a very low tolerance for friction. If something takes more steps than it needs to, I stop doing it. That's just who I am. With ChatGPT, every time I created a script or a document, I had to copy it. Go into Google Drive, create a new doc, paste it, format it, save it. Every single time. Claude connects directly to my Google Drive. I ask it to save something and it's there. Done. No copying, no pasting, no creating new documents manually. It just goes where I need it to. Now I know that might sound like a tiny thing, and objectively it is a tiny thing. But that tiny friction, repeated across every video, every week, across a whole year, that adds up. And friction, well, that kills momentum. The Google Doc integration alone probably saved my consistency, which sounds really dramatic, but it's absolutely true. I want to be completely fair here because honest reviews need to include the uncomfortable bits. There are things ChatGPT is still better at. Its web browsing is faster and more comprehensive. For quick factual research, looking something up, checking a stat, getting a current news angle, ChatGPT tends to be more fast and direct. And for people who know exactly what they want and they just need it quickly, ChatGPT is probably still the right tool. It doesn't overcomplicate things. It doesn't ask questions when you don't want questions. So, what does this actually mean for you if you're trying to grow your own YouTube channel? And here's my honest take on it. The tools matter less than the way you use them. Both can help you make better content if you use them correctly. But if I started again and I had to choose one, I'd choose Claude. Because for the creator who's still figuring things out, having an AI that pushes back occasionally is more valuable than one that just executes. You need someone or something to tell you that your topic isn't quite right, that questions whether your title will rank, that says this is good, but have you considered this angle instead? That's the kind of input that actually helps you grow. And if it also saves you a little bit of work directly with Google, hey, fantastic. Well, that's just common sense. So to summarise, ChatGPT, brilliant tool, fast, thorough, does exactly what you ask. Great if you know what you need it to do. Claude works more like a thinking partner than an assistant. It challenges you, questions your assumptions, occasionally tells you what you're planning isn't the strongest idea. For building a YouTube channel from scratch, that is exactly what I needed. And it talks to Google, which means I don't have to. And I'm deeply, unashamedly grateful for that. If this has helped you think differently about how to use AI for your channel, please subscribe. I share this kind of honest, practical stuff every week. So drop a comment. Are you a ChatGPT person or have you tried Claude? I genuinely want to know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.